मधुसूदन नित्य चरणम तुमको मेरे माँ, चरणम तुमको मेरे माँ। जगदोदरना ज्योति स्वरूपा कलियुग की अवतार। मधुसूदन नित्य चरणम तुमको मेरे माँ, चरणम तुमको मेरे माँ।
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वारशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षि सुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागमसारभूत द्राविडवेदप्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगतमुक्तामयचतुरश्रयान् गीयमानछत्रचामर श्रीचिह्नकालादिसमस्तबिरदावल्लङ्कृत ज्ञानविज्ञानचक्रवर्ती सर्वजनसङ्घसद्यो निर्वाणदीक्षाव्ययापर्गवर्ष विश्राण विमूत परतकलभकेसरी शैवसिद्धान्तस्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराजपाण्ड्यमहाराजगुरु गणशाक्यादिमहान्धकारनिवारण ज्ञानभानु वीक्षणानर्हध्वजोच्छेदपूर्वक श्रीमद्भद्ध्वजस्थापक शैवसमयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञपीठारूढ सद्गुरु ज्ञानसम्बन्धिक स्वामी सुन्दरवाचक स्वामिना अवतारभूत श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्ध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरियोगीश्वर परम्परागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञपीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत काञ्ची कैलास सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्यमङ्गल नित्यकल्याण नित्यरजित कैलास परम्परागत आदिकैलास नित्यानन्दपीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठकर्तः साक्षात् श्रीपरमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परम्परागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चन्द्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचन्द्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ति परम्परागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मण्डित चतुष्षष्टि सम्प्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्मशासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञपीठ सुराङ्गी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूडामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणिपीठ अष्टोत्तरसहस्र श्री महामण्डलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरुप्राप्त अटलपीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र पीठाधि धर्मवर्गपीठ विंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ जगद्गुरो श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रीलश्री भगवच्छ्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om
Yes, Nityanandam, and welcome back to our Paramashivam sessions after these divine moments with Swamiji as Lord Venkateshwara. All of us have been blessed with the wealth consciousness, and Swamiji has showered his blessings for us to manifest wealth and abundance in our life. And we will now be resuming learning the science of wealth consciousness that we have already been through today. But first, we'll be having a round of the power manifestation. As always, after the darshan, we manifest the powers of Paramashiva. And today are the Ashtamahashaktis. And now we will be manifesting the power of anima, which is decreasing the height of an object. So you cannot get an object, preferably of a small size. Since you're playing on the size, it could be even a longer kind of object like a pin. And you can make sure that you take an accurate measurement of the object and note it down. Remember, the power can manifest even just a few millimeters change in the length. So make sure that your measurement is precise. And if you don't have a ruler or a tape, then you can also draw the outlines of the object on a sheet of paper, and then you will be able to verify in this way. So once you are ready, you can sit and have the object in front of you. Just have the object in front of you and sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. And remember Swamiji in your inner space. Remember that this power manifestation is nothing but Swamiji manifesting through us. So take a ferocious decision to be in a space of oneness with Paramashiva, with Swamiji, and remember yourself as Paramashiva. So the more you manifest the powers, the more the confidence that you have that you are Paramashiva will grow. And you will naturally lose all the lower identities, all the incompletions. Even without doing completion itself, they will just disappear, to just leave you as this truth that you are Paramashiva is becoming more and more of an experience. So connect with Swamiji in your inner space and continuously unclutch from every thought, every happening, unclutch from your very self. and conscious will of the to this capsule in the meantime, your eyes closed, or you can watch the oneness capsule and entangle with Swamiji. Let's start.
பாதம் குருநாதன் திருப்பாதம் அதை காணும் சுபயோகம் இன்று கூடும் நித்தியன் பாதம் குருநாதன் திருப்பாதம் அதை காணும் சுபயோகம் இன்று கூடும் நித்தியன் தோன்றி அருள் தரும் ஸ்வர்ண ரிஷப வாகனம் பக்தர் வேண்டும் வரம் தரும் நித்யானந்தன் தரிசனம் பாதம் குருநாதன் திருப்பாதம் அதை காணும் சுபயோகம் இன்று கூடும் நித்தியன் பாதம் குருநாதன் திருப்பாதம் அதை காணும் சுபயோகம் இன்று கூடும் நித்தியன் தோன்றி அருள் தரும் ஸ்வர்ண ரிஷப வாகனம் பக்தர் வேண்டும் வரம் தரும் நித்யானந்தன் தரிசனம் பாதம் குருநாதன் திருப்பாதம் அதை காணும் சுபயோகம் இன்று கூடும் ஸ்வர்ண ரிஷபவாகனம் பக்தர் வேண்டும் வரம் தரும் நித்யானந்தன் தரிசனம் பாதம் குருநாதன் திருப்பாதம் அதை காணும் சுபயோகம் இன்று கூடும் நித்யன் பாதம் குருநாதன் திருப்பாதம் அதை காணும் சுபயோகம் இன்று கூடும்.
ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஐந்தோழில் சித்தொழித்தான் அந்த வருத்தம் தீர்த்திட உலகம் வந்தான். அக்கைக்கு கைகள் அடித்திடும் போது சதாசிவன் என்னும் நினைவு கொண்டார். மாயை மக்களை மயக்கும் போது ஈசானன் தான் என்னும் நினைப்பும் கொண்டார். கண்கள் ககனம் காத்திடும் வேளையில் வித்துணுவாய் வந்து தானாய் நின்றான். ஆகாத மனிதரை அழித்திடும் வேளையில் ஆகி நின்றான் அவன் ருத்திரனான். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றான். ஆக்கிடும் தன்மை மறந்தேனோ என ஆண்மையின் மீது சந்தேகம் கொண்டான். சந்தேகம் தீர்த்து அவன் நீயே என்று சொல்லிடவே வந்த மகள்கள் நாங்கள். புவிக்கு பூரணமாய் வந்த நாதனின் பூரணத்துவத்தின் காரணம் நாம். புவிக்கு பூரணமாய் வந்த நாதனின் பூரணத்துவத்தின் காரணம் நாம். நித்யானந்தர் மகள்கள் என்பான் நின்றே பார்க்கும் உலகம் இங்கு. நெஞ்சில் சுமந்தே பெற்றான் எங்களை நித்யானந்தமாய் வாழ்ந்திடவே. ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றார். ஆதிசிவன் ஆதி அந்தமில்லாதொரு ஜோதி வடிவமாய் வந்து நின்றான். ஐந்தொழிலும் செய்தொழித்தான் அந்த வருத்தம் தீர்த்திட உலகம் வந்தான். அக்கைக்கு கைகள் அழித்திடும் போது சதாசிவன் எனும் நினைவு கொண்டான். மாயை மக்களை மயக்கும் போது ஈசானத்தான் எனும் நினைப்பும் கொண்டான். கண்கள் ககனம் காத்திடும் வேளையில் விட்டுனாய் வந்து தானாய் நின்றான். ஆகாத மனிதரை அழித்திடும் வேளையில் ஆகி நின்றான் அவன் ருத்திரனான்.
Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Paramashiva Nityananda, Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Paramashiva Nityananda.
happy, intense, alive, enjoy life. No worries, be happy, intensely, enjoy life, enjoy life. Enjoy the moment of life with pure excitement. The suspicious, always suspicious, strategic plan, ultimate experience, moment. No study download from the cosmic archives. No study just download from the archives. No break, no fear, and clutching is the fastest gear.
Paramashiva, 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 Nityananda.
Being God, God, being God. God, being God, being God. Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Paramashiva. Master of your destiny. Reality. Master of your destiny. Reality. Time, mind. Beyond space, time, mind. Being in the lap of eternal bliss. Enjoying the lap of eternal bliss. Nithyananda Paramashiva. You are eternal. Nithyananda Paramashiva.
Paramashiva, 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 Shiva, Nityananda, Paramashiva, Shiva, Paramashiva, Shiva, Nityananda. मृत्युञ्जयाय रुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय शाम्भवे अमृतेशाय सर्वाय महादेवाय ते नमः मृत्युञ्जयाय रुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय शाम्भवे अमृतेशाय सर्वाय महादेवाय ते नमः ఏమీ భాగ్యమురా మనకి ఎంతటి మోదమురా ఏమీ సౌఖ్యమురా మనకి ఎంతటి మోక్షమురా ఏమీ భాగ్యమురా మనకి ఎంతటి మోదమురా ఏమీ సౌఖ్యమురా మనకి ఎంతటి మోక్షమురా పరమశివుడేరా స్వామి మనవాడేరా కైలాస నుంచి వచ్చిన మన తోడేరా నిత్యానంద పరమ శివేరా నిత్యానంద పరమ శివమేరా మనవాడే మన తోడి మన స్వామి వచ్చాడురా మనవాడే మన తోడి మన స్వామి పాద కమల శరణం ఏమీ భాగ్యమురా మనకి ఎంతటి మోదమురా ఏమీ సౌఖ్యమురా మనకి ఎంతటి మోక్షమురా ఏమీ భాగ్యమురా మనకి ఎంతటి మోదమురా ఏమీ సౌఖ్యమురా మనకి ఎంతటి మోక్షమురా ఎంతటి కష్టమైనా మనకి స్వామిని తలవరా ఏమీ లేకుండా దర్శన నీకు స్వామి ఉన్నాడురా ఎంతటి కష్టమైనా మనకి స్వామి నీ తలవరా ఏమీ లేకున్నా నీకు స్వామి ఉన్నాడురా దర్శనమిచ్చాడురా స్వామి దివిలో నీకెల్లామురా దివ్య శరీర స్వామి మన భాగ్య విధాతరా దర్శనమిచ్చాడురా స్వామి.
All right. So you can now take a measurement again and verify if you see any change in the length of the object. You can check if you have succeeded in manifesting this power. And you can share your experience. Make sure that you use the same method that you used previously. Even if you see just a few millimeters of difference, it means that you have succeeded in manifesting this power. So go ahead and have a look and let us know of your experience. And you can share if you had any clicks, or even if you feel that it's not manifesting, if you're just sitting and you're not seeing any change, you can share that as well. We can see how we can guide you. We'll be having a few more sessions ahead of us today. And this power manifestation is really the most rapid way in which you can make all these powerful cognitions into your experience. And Swamiji says, even if you don't immediately see the result manifesting, if you just sit and play with this power, just continuously remembering Swamiji inside you and surrendering and searching from your mind, all of this is not a waste of time. It is, first of all, a training for the power manifestation itself. But even in that, you will be breaking some of the patterns. You're training your consciousness not to fall prey for the mind and all the patterns that you had. So you can check and you can let us know of your experience. And in the meantime, we'll be also continuing. Now, another very important dimension of wealth that Swamiji has revealed is that real wealth is that which is aligned to your own purpose. And if you think about it, even money itself, anything that we acquire that is not aligned to our purpose can be a load on our life. Even money, for example, if it's invested or placed in a wrong position, then spending time and what all you would have to do just to keep that money with you can just suck away your whole energy. And same way, if you have possessions, let's say houses, whatever, your whole life can just swallowed in all of this. So some person may think that it is a wealth because it's wealth, but it is not necessarily, unless this time that you are and how you are going to use life is going to fulfill your own purpose. Everything is defined by the purpose that you have. So this is going to be the theme now of this next session, which is called Lakshya, the goal of your life. The real wealth is fulfilling the goal of.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva.
Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Yes. Nityanandam, everyone.
Nityanandam.
So, as the Acharyas just were introducing the whole aspect of wealth being driven by the purpose of it. So, let us now enter into the next section where we'll be listening directly to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as he will be revealing more secrets about gathering wealth around you and the whole science of actually attracting wealth and gathering wealth. So let's come to the space of listening, sitting with our head, neck, and spine in a straight line. And let's watch this clip.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva.
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayaryanam, Namo Uvajjayanam, Namo Loye Sarvasahunam, Eso Vanchanamukkaro, Sarvapavapanasano, Mangalanam cha savesim padamam havai mangalam. Today's topic is true knowledge. Everybody, every master, every spiritual person claims what they are teaching is the true knowledge. How to find out what we are hearing is the true knowledge? There should be a scale for satya. There should be a scale for truth. What is truth? There should be definition. There should be clear idea with which we can find out whether it is truth or not. Mahavira is giving the touchstone definition of satya here. Today we are going to enter into the Satya Sutra. He is giving the techniques, methods to find out what you are listening is a true knowledge or not. Through these beautiful sutras, before entering into the Mahavira Sutras, I wanted to discuss few things about this truth so that you will understand the greatness of Mahavira's words. See, one beautiful thing is Mahavira has lived Kshatriya life, the life of a king. To tell you honestly, if somebody has renounced the life of a king, he has seen the truth in reality. Please understand, an ordinary beggar becoming a Swami or renouncing the world, he has nothing to renounce. He has nothing to renounce. You can't even say he has renounced the world or he has achieved something. No. A king renouncing, that is the greatness. King achieving. One more thing, when a king achieves enlightenment, even his expression will be very sharp and to the point. He will speak to the point because basically he is brought up without fear. King is a guy who only creates fear in others. He doesn't have fear. He doesn't bother. He is not going to use the socially polite words. But a guy who was poor or a beggar or a person who lived in forest, even if he becomes enlightened, he will not talk the truth completely. He has to use the socially polite words. He can't tell the truth which goes against the vested interests of society or king. But when a king becomes enlightened, he doesn't bother. He says the truth in the best way. He presents the truth as it is. Here, the best expression is happening because Mahavira was king. See, one more thing, when you live a life with wealth and richness, you know all the secrets of human mind. Understand? Wealth gathers around you only when you know the secrets of human mind. How to handle human beings who are coming in front of you. Only a person who knows the basic secrets of human mind will acquire wealth, will become a leader. Only he can be a leader. Here Mahavira lived the life of a leader and expressing the truth of enlightenment. Very rare combination. Very rare combination. There are many different expressions by different masters. One, the person who was a beggar or who has never seen the world, just lived a life in forest and did meditation, became enlightened. His enlightenment will be the same, but his expression will not be sharp because his constitution or his mind, his inner software is not created based on fearlessness. One more thing, even after enlightenment, when you settle into the body, when you want to teach, you use the same mental setup which you left. You may not have the greed and fear which that mental setup was having earlier before its enlightenment, but the setup will be the same. The software programming will be the same. Understand? This is an important revelation which you need to understand. Only then you will be able to appreciate the greatness of Mahavira's expression. If a beggar becomes enlightened, he may not have the fear or greed which he had before enlightenment, but the mental setup of living without possessing anything, or a mental setup of living by begging will be the same. So he has to use that mental setup only to teach, to relate with the world. Understand, the mental setup which you created after enlightenment also you use the same mental setup. Only one difference, after enlightenment, if you want you can use, otherwise you can drop. You may have that freedom, but the mental setup, the software itself will be same. Here, Mahavira is having the best software to express enlightenment. The fearless leader software through which he can see the depth and express it. The one thing what I expressed, that people who did not have anything renounced the life, became enlightened. There are so many millions of examples I can give for this. Second, people who became enlightened but did not renounce after enlightenment. Example, Krishna, Janaka, all these great masters, they lived as kings, became enlightened, but they continued to live as kings. This is a second kind of a mental setup. One more thing, in this the difficulty is, they will express the truth with a clear software, with more clarity, better than the first group. Better than the first group, example is all rishis who lived in forest and became enlightened. They have never seen the world. So that is the first group. The second group, who lived as kings, became enlightened, but again continued to be as kings. Here the big problem is, their teachings is interpreted, experienced, understood by the people who have vested interests. Understand? When you are talking to your ministers, even if they don't understand, they have to listen. But Mahavir has no captive audience. Mahavir is not talking to captive audience. When Krishna is speaking to his ministers, when he is teaching to Arjuna, practically they are captive audience. Even if Arjuna doesn't want, he can't escape from Krishna. He has to listen because he is receiving some service from Krishna. When your boss makes some joke, you have to laugh. You can't do anything about it. You have to. Same way when Janak is teaching, his whole court has to listen. They are captive audience. So, the person who is listening, whether he agrees or not, he has to listen. So, complete truth expression is not possible. It's not possible. I don't sit with my ashramites and take these spiritual classes. I give them only the instructions what to do. They ask me, what is this, Swamiji? You are not sitting and talking to us like this Shiva Sutras or Jain Sutras and all these sutras. I tell them, you guys are captive audiences. Whatever I talk, you have to listen, no other way. That way, truth can never be expressed. Truth cannot be expressed to a person who is bound to listen. Truth can be expressed only to a person who has got the freedom to doubt and question. Who has got the freedom to doubt. See, you have a freedom, you can doubt me. And you have a freedom, you can put a question. You have a freedom to go out. Only to you, truth can be delivered. Truth can be delivered in its purest form only to a person who is not receiving anything else from a master. If you receive something else from me, apart from truth, you may be sitting here for that. You can't receive the truth. You are not qualified to receive the truth. Here, the whole thing, if you see, has come in a beautiful way. Mahavira is the ultimate category. Was king who became enlightened and renounced the kingdom. He is teaching sitting on the platform of Satya. Only one thing is holding him, Satya. He doesn't have that title. He doesn't have any other title like a king. No. He is heard by the people just because he is enlightened. See, after enlightenment, if you are sitting on the throne of a king, people may hear you because you are king. You don't know what for he is sitting. You don't know why he is listening. You can't say people are sitting just because you are enlightened. They may be sitting because you are a king. There may be some other reason for you to sit. In India, during all our rituals, means the homas, yajnas, yaga, we give free food. But I never give free food during meditation programs. Because people may be sitting for food. I will not know whether they are sitting there to listen meditation or enlightenment or for food. I tell them give free food during yaga, during rituals, not during meditation. It is a disrespect to meditation. I don't want that. There should not be anything else associated with the spiritual truth. No. If you associate anything else with the spiritual truth, the possibility is there, the truth will not be heard properly. It will not be received properly. Here, Mahavir is talking to people who are not bound to him in any way. Who are not bound to him in any way. Seekers. One more thing. Seekers are the most dangerous people. Because you can't bind them. You can't bind them. And there is nothing which can bind them. You can bind them only by love and gratitude. So you can't even use the word binding. It can't be even a bondage. You can keep them together only based on love and gratitude. Here he is talking to a community of seekers who are not receiving anything else from him but truth. They are not there for anything else except truth. And he is not carrying any title. He has renounced all the titles. So nobody is sitting in front of him because he has got some title. Because he is a king of some place or he is somebody. No. People are sitting in front of him just to listen to the truth. He is a pure being without any personality, without any title. See, the word persona comes from a Greek root. In those days, the drama actors, they will use masks. That mask only is called persona. Personality means the mask which you are using. Janak has got mask, he is a king. Ashtavakra has to listen to him, no other way. Or the Sugabrahma, sorry, not Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra actually taught Janaka. Sugabrahma came to listen from Janaka. Sugabrahma has to listen because Janaka is a king. Sugabrahma is a captive audience. He is captured. He has to. Whenever a king speaks, you can't tell anything. But here with Mahavir, there is no other relationship except the master and seeker. The purity of relationship is important to maintain the purity of the teaching, purity of the truth. And one more thing, Mahavir has no Western interest. He is not talking to his people to make them do something. No, there is no ulterior motive. There is no goal. Whatever is said and done, Krishna has got a motive to deliver Gita. All he needs is Arjuna has to fight now. So he has to talk. He has to express the truth in such a way that Arjuna will start fighting. There is an ulterior motive. And not only that, Krishna is running a community. He is running a kingdom. So naturally, his words has to be heard. So the purity of relationship is not there. One more thing, Arjuna was thinking himself as a friend. That's why in Gita he says, Krishna, forgive me. I thought you are my friend. Hey Krishna, hey Yadava, hey Shaketi. I called you as Yadava by your community name. I called you as my friend because he was thinking as a friend. So the purity of relationship is not there. You can't deliver a truth to your friend. You can deliver a truth only to a seeker. Here, the best mental setup, best software, and the greatest enlightenment, greatest experience of enlightenment, and right persons with the right attitude sitting in front of Mahavir. So the best truth is being delivered. True knowledge is coming out. He is giving us the scale. He is teaching us what is Satya and how to find out whether something is truth or not. One more thing, even Patanjali, the greatest scientist of the inner world, says Apta Pramana, the words of an enlightened beings can be accepted as a truth. So that can be considered as a scale. If an enlightened being says, you can take it for granted, it is truth. But Mahavir says no. He doesn't even want to say that anything told by an enlightened being is truth. No. Because who knows whether somebody is enlightened or not? God doesn't give certificate. What to do? We don't have a certificate. So Mahavir goes a step further. He is not accepting Apta Pramana. He is not accepting Vedas are ultimate truth. No. Apta Pramana is not accepted in Buddhism and in Jainism. Both religions, Apta Pramana is not accepted. Apta Pramana means the words of the enlightened ones. No. They say everything should be scrutinized. There is no such thing as Apta Pramana. There is no such thing as words of the enlightened beings. No. Everything has to be scanned. Everything has to be analyzed. He is giving beautiful teachings to find out what is truth and which is true knowledge. One more thing, please understand, this true knowledge, this is like a touchstone. If you use the sutras and analyze all your decisions which runs your life, all your ideas which is base for your life, you will achieve Satya. Lord so says, if you are established in truth, you don't have to do any spiritual practice. If you understand this one sutra and redefine all your decisions, ideas, concepts about your life, you don't need to practice any spiritual discipline. You are enlightened this moment. All you need to do is redefine all your ideas. See, there are only few pillars on which your life is standing. Your life is established. Your desires, your idea about yourself, means positioning yourself. How you position yourself in the inner world. Understand, I am not talking about how you position yourself in the outer world. But all of you know it's not worthy. Not only that, it's a pure lies. All of you know whatever you may talk about yourself to others, but you don't believe that. You may make others to believe. You really don't believe. Just look inside. You can laugh at yourself. I always tell people, really, when you sit alone and start thinking what all you project as you, actually if you really believe what all you project as you, by now you would have become enlightened. Because Ramakrishna says, Man Muk Ek Karo, means the mind and the words, if you make it as one, you are enlightened. If you believe what you speak about you, you are enlightened. Actually, whatever you speak about you, start believing that in a strong way is also a spiritual practice. Whatever you are talking about you, I am this, I am that, you don't know me, all those things you start believing. But the difficulty is you won't believe, that's the problem. When you try to believe also, your mind will tell, you can talk all these things to others, not to me. If at all people come to me, many times I have seen, they come to me and they just wanted to throw their weight to impress me. And they come and tell me, you know, I am this, I am doing that, I do so many philanthropical activities, I do this, I do that, I have so much wealth and I give so much and all those things. At the end of the conversation, I ask them only one thing. Sir, do you really believe now whatever you said? They say, what? Yes, we do believe, that's why we are talking to you. I tell them, do this only one thing as a spiritual practice. Go back. Now whatever you told me, write it down. Again and again, help yourself to believe that. That's enough. Either you should tune your mind to your walk, or you should tune your walk to your mind. Either you should tune your words to your mind, or tune your mind to your words. One thing, all Ramakrishna says is, let your word and mind be tuned. You can do anything. Either talk only what you believe as you, or believe what you talk as you, what you talk about you. Then you won't have pus, you won't have cancer. The gap between the words and what you believe, that space is what I call cancer or depression. If you are carrying a depression in you, be very clear, you have that gap between your words and your being, between your words and what you believe. If you can remove that gap, you will not have the tumor which I call depression. See, any person who does not have depression is enlightened. If you are not enlightened, be very clear, you carry depression. The gap between your word and what you believe as you. The other day, one of our devotee was telling me, another one devotee who saw this latest movie, secret movie, he came and told him, I became enlightened from today. And the guy who was talking to him, he is a strong intellectual guy. He took him to task. Within 10 minutes, that fellow lost the enlightenment. He was trying to convince himself for years or months that he is enlightened. This fellow took away his enlightenment in 10 minutes. He is only telling others he is enlightened. He himself is not able to believe. Because anybody can come and talk to you and in 10 minutes you lose your enlightenment. Then what kind of enlightenment? Either you should have courage to really believe what you are talking, or talk only what you believe. See, one thing, important thing, this is an important truth which you should know. Sometime you may radiate enlightenment without even knowing the word enlightenment. I have seen in Himalayas, there was a great Mahatma, one Naga Baba. Naga Baba means doesn't wear clothes. I had the fortune to be at his feet for 6 months. I was blessed, fortunate enough to be at his feet. He will always be smoking ganja. What do you call? Marijuana. Huh? You may think that how can a person who is smoking ganja be enlightened? That's what I also thought. When I went to serve him, you see, traditionally you are supposed to serve elderly sadhus to achieve enlightenment. So before my enlightenment, I was serving. Wherever I see some elderly sadhu, I will go and sit at his feet. I will give them whatever food I can collect and give, beg and give, and wash their vessels, and whatever little help, small help I can do, I used to do. One thing I was surprised, I have never seen him eating, no food and no water, except ganja, nothing else. I was shocked. But such a pleasing person, I don't have any word. When you go and sit around him, you will feel so beautiful. And you feel like sitting around him because he was so innocent. He is not even aware he is innocent. He is not even aware he is innocent. I have never seen him wearing any clothes. He is a Avaduta, Naga, no clothes. And he is not even bothered. He is not bothered about anything around the world, anything which is happening around him in the world. He is just in a high state of samadhi. One day I asked him, Baba, you are such a great person, why are you smoking ganja? And don't you think it is an immoral thing? And people will start smoking, seeing you. And already they are doing. They want only some reference. They want only some reference. And especially a person with a reverence, if he becomes a reference, then you can do anything. I asked him, he said that beautiful word, fool, you think that a big elephant can be tied inside a small hut? I can't live inside the body without any desire. So I have to just dull myself. Understand? When he said, I saw the authenticity. The other guy also, one more guy came and spoke to me. He said, Swamiji, I am also smoking to put me inside the body. I told him, do whatever that Naga Baba is doing, then do this also. He doesn't wear clothes, he doesn't eat, he doesn't drink. You also do all those things. Then do these things. Then you can justify. You can't just do whatever you want unless it becomes your experience. One important thing I saw in him, when he was telling that I had to dull myself. It was an authentic truth. His mind and his words were in one line. Not only that, when you live around him, you realize he is established in Satya. He is established in truth, not for any vested interests. See, if somebody doesn't eat or smoke, if somebody doesn't eat or drink, they would have made a big business out of that power. But I have never seen him making big fuss about it. If people ask him, why you don't eat, Baba? He says, who will get up and go and cook and eat? Forget about it. He will not even show that it is a big power. You won't even see that ego, that he lives without food and water. No. When you are really established in truth, you will not be aware of your own powers. You will only radiate, but you will not know those words. I asked him, what is Atmajnana? He does not even know that word, but he is an Atmajnani. What to do? He is radiating Atmajnana. He is radiating enlightenment, but he doesn't know the word. And he said, I am fortunate I did not learn about Brahman. I achieved Brahmajnana because I did not learn those words. Same way Ramana Maharshi. When people ask him, what is the Brahmajnana, what is the Atmajnana? He said, I am fortunate I did not learn those words before my enlightenment. Because learning some words may postpone your enlightenment. Sometimes learning too many words will postpone your enlightenment. I always tell people, never read any book which is written by an unenlightened person. Don't read anything which is written by an unenlightened person. No. Because you may create words which will stop your enlightenment. You will create a negative software which is not supporting the enlightenment process. Enlightened person's words will create a positive software in you which is constantly inspiring you towards enlightenment. See, in the end, all enlightened masters will be pushing you towards sadhana, towards enlightenment. One of the Ramakrishna's disciple, his name is Brahmananda. He says, if you read Ramakrishna's words, there is a beautiful book called Kathamrita, Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita, we call in English Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. He says, if you read that book every day for 1 year, I assure you will have the darshan of the ultimate. You will experience enlightenment. You will be shocked. How can a person assure, how can a person say that enlightenment in 1 year, guaranteed? I tell you, when you read these master's words again and again, when you listen these great master's words again and again, you create a new software, you create a new mental setup which reminds you the ultimate truth again and again, which inspires you towards that higher ideal again and again. Every day you are again put on the track. You are again inspired to run. You are again given the enthusiasm to take up the journey. It's like a everyday inspiration, and it creates a new mental setup. It is true, when you read or listen to the master's words for 1 year, and 1 year is too much time to create a mental setup which will radiate enlightenment. It's like there is a light. In every one of you, that light is there. In front of the light, if there is a wall, that light can't. If there is a glass, that light and it can shine. Putting glass instead of wall is reading enlightened beings' words. As of now, you have a big wall. in front of your light, the Swayam Prakasa Jyoti, the self-effulging light, which is inside your being. You put big wall. That wall is your mind. If you just put a glass instead of that wall, the glass means the mental setup which can allow that light to express itself. Mental setup which does not block or stop that light expressing itself. You will see that enlightenment is radiating through your senses. It is radiating through your being. See, I can't even say enlightenment needs to be achieved. No. Your senses are supposed to be purified so that that light can penetrate and express through it. That's all. All of you are having, no doubt about it. Purify your body so that you can allow that to express it. Needs to be done. The purifying or the alchemy, you can't, alchemy process is what I call flooding your truth, satya, is with the truth, whatever can be washed away, the earlier they are washed away, better for you, the people who are around you. See one thing, you have about what you believe as you and what you talk about you, what you express as you and what you believe as you. You will attract that same kind of people around you and you will complete
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva.
Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nityananda.
Nityanandam. Nityanandam, everyone. So that was the amazing revelation from Swamiji about the wealth consciousness, how the wealth consciousness itself is enough to attract wealth, to attract the abundance around us. The wealth is not only about money, it is all about abundance, feeling abundance, fulfilled in all aspects of the life. That is wealth. Even if you are fulfilled in your relationship, that is also the wealth. If you are fulfilled in your career, in your health, in your relationship, all things, everything put together is wealth consciousness. You feeling abundant inside you. It's all about how you feel inside you. That is abundance. So now you can all share the powerful cognitions of Swamiji, what all the powerful cognitions you understood, that clicked inside you. So you all can share the powerful cognitions in the Zoom chat so we can have a quick discussion and understanding about the wealth consciousness. So Samji usually tell Hinduism by its nature is rich. We are a rich culture. Our grandeur of wealth and lifestyle is expressed in our ancestors' lifestyle. If you see Dwaraka, Krishna made the entire Dwaraka in gold. There is a reference. So wealth is always is a part of our civilization. We created wealth just by our lifestyle, just by our consciousness. So that is why Swamiji is continuously insisting the strength of our past, strength of the Hinduism, the grandeur of Hinduism in the past, how our ancestors lived a rich life. The amount of the wealth, amount of gold which is there in all the temples, if you calculate, we are the richest. Bharat is the richest nation in the world. There have been a lot of news you would have heard in the past that Padmanabha Swami temple in Kerala, Rankur, it had like 4 lakh crore, which is more than 20 billion of worth of gold in this temple. So that is our lifestyle. We created wealth just like that. So understanding about the consciousness, wealth consciousness is very important. That is why I'm insisting all the participants to share your understanding about the wealth consciousness that Swamiji has shared from the video, so that we can have a broader understanding of the wealth consciousness. Swamiji usually used to say that one long breath, fulfilled, contented long breath is enough for you to create a wealth, to create a wealth. Because by nature, we are a creation. We are a creator. By nature, we are Brahman. By nature, we are Paramashiva himself. That is why we are hardwired to create the wealth. Just by our conscious will, you can create the wealth. That is why all the Hindus, if you see, top 25 corporate companies, in top 25 corporate companies, most of the CEOs are Hindus. In all top world countries, US, Canada, China, America, but all those countries, if you say England, all those countries, if you go and see, the richest ethnic minority are Hindus. So that is because of the lifestyle, the richest lifestyle. So Hinduism is giving us, Swamiji is giving us. So everyone should understand the strength of our lifestyle. The lifestyle Swamiji is insisting on us. The rich lifestyle. Ma Sukra Indrananda is telling Acharya, the discourse we just listened is called true knowledge. Swamiji was talking about enlightenment, I think. Yes, Hindus is enlightened are doing very well. Lots of doctors, politicians, etc. Yes. The entire theme, thought current, if you see the next video is going to be on this wealth, and today's entire the thought current is based on abundance. That is why I'm insisting on the wealth. So now we can move on to the slides. Again, move on to the slides. Yes. what's happening? Oh, again, sorry for the technical glitch. I apologize. I complete with all the participants for the meditation music which was running in the background. So now let us enter into this internalization exercise. Okay. So Swamiji is giving a understanding about the secret of creating wealth. So one more thing, one thing you the understanding will liberate you from all your anxiety and you will become the best manager. Yes, if you know you are creating your wealth, if you know you are projecting and seeing things around you as you want, if you understand this, you can make miracles happen, create miracles around you. So that is what Samji is giving a nice example. All the happenings around you, which is good or bad, whatever is happening right now in this present moment, whatever you are going through, is because of the past decisions you have made in your life. Because of your past decisions, the life around you is happening. You created your life, either it is good or bad, either it is joy or misery. Everything is created by you. So that is the understanding, the powerful cognition Swamiji is giving us. So how to understand about this more, Swamiji is giving us the nice example, or the wonderful example, the projector, how it projects the light. Through the light, the slide or a film is projected in the screen. Whatever you put a slide in, whatever film you put in front of the light, that will be appearing in the screen. If you put a small child, the small child will appear. If you put a devil will appear in the screen. So the light from the projector is your consciousness, and the picture, the visualization appearing in the screen is your reality. And the film and the slides you're putting is your decisions you made in your life. So if you decide to create miracles by powerful cognizance of Swamiji, by understanding that you are the ultimate, you can create wealth around you. Yes, consciousness is always supports you to make your reality happen. So if you continuously decide for failure, that is what consciousness is going to suffer you. If you continuously decide for miracles, that is what the Paramashiva is going to flow through you and make the reality happen. So, understanding this one cognition, this one ideology, how your consciousness functions, you can create wealth, enormous wealth around you. And Swamiji is telling this is the secret of creating the wealth. No, you are fighting with the screen or the light beam. You are trying to push the light beam. No, 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 move, 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 move. But you don't understand. You can't even grasp it. Fighting with screen is not going to work. So people have to understand the decisions you have made the understanding, the conclusions you have made about you, the life, the world, and the Jagat, the ultimate consciousness. That is going to understanding about all these three is going to help you to make a right decision, life positive decision in your life, and based on that, the reality will be created around you. So instead of working within and completing with all the patterns you have about wealth, the money, about the life, about you, about the consciousness, Paramashiva, without completing that, you cannot just by modifying your external things, but just by blaming the external happening, modifying the external day-to-day happening is not going to help you. So Swamiji is giving this example to understand and make us look into your life, that you are creating it, you are projecting it. Understand you are creating your reality. You are expressing it because you never connected and verified all the outer world incidents and your inner world thoughts. Yes. If you understand that whatever thoughts is arising and based on the conclusions you made about the situations and the person or ideology, based on that conclusions, you design your life. So you never connected the outer world and inner world thoughts. That is why you don't understand that you are creating the world. You neither gave that much time to yourself or had the intelligence to connect and see. Pick one incident of your life and pen down in a detail of what happened, how you reacted. So, participants, all of you, listen the very important exercise. Now, look in. This is the time to look in at and understand the incident from the past. Look into your life that you are creating it, you are projecting it, you are expressing it. For example, your manager is waiting on your promotion forward. And if in a frustrations you reacted and started to gossip about the manager to your other colleagues, that only made situation worse. Instead of looking into your life and see what inner thoughts you had when you filed for a promotion. Maybe this will not work out. Maybe I need to work harder. Take a few minutes and share with each other. So all of you should understand the reality you created or the mess up you created in your life is because of your thought current about the situation. So you from your incompletions about or your incompletion about you and a life, you reacted in a way and that has created a misery in your life, but not the situation itself, not the happening itself. So you everyone please look in and pen down where all you decided and you created a mess in your life. Everything will seems to go well at the last moment, at the 99 percentage it will go well, but at the last moment the everything will collapse. So how many of you have gone through this kind of experience? All of you note down all the incidents that you created a mess, your decision had made you fail in your life. So please all of you note down. Yeah, how to spotlight, Ra? So please, all of you, do the first step, that look in and find the situation in your life that you had messed up. You were thought current, your ideology, that you decided something and you took a decision to do something that, and that had made a mess in your life. So please note down all the situations that happened in your life, and please share your experience. Please share your experience in the Zoom chat, because that is the point. That is the point where you can see that you are projecting your reality. That is the point which is going to help you to connect you, that your thought current and outer reality is connected. So please look in and note down. All these exercises are designed by Swamiji specifically for a reason, to make you look in complete with all your life negative thought currents. So please, all of you, note down, pen down, and share. All of you share in the Zoom chat as well, so we can have a broader understanding, more understanding about this powerful cognitions. So all of you now move to the next step of the internalization exercise. Look back at the incident from understanding that you created the mess that happened in your life. You created whatever happened in your life. So you are the manager waiting to take your promotion forward. At the same time, you are the person you created a mess and created created the problem worse, the situation worse for your promotion. So it is both decision was made by you, and you created both success as well as failure in your life. So which thought current, which decisions you have to complete, look in and complete. Okay, you have to understand which all the thought currents, the incompletions, the life negative decisions you made in your life, which messed up your life very badly, very miserably. All those thought currents, you have to find it, look in and complete. Okay, instead of completing with all the life negative thought currents you carry inside you, you take one more decisions of supporting that incompletion. For example, the things will not go in a way if you carry a incompletion. Instead of completing, you decided, oh, life is very harder, I need to work hard, life will not give me whatever I want. So these are the one more decisions you take in your life instead of completing, looking and completing with the negative incompletions you carry. So now understand that whatever success happen is created by your decisions in your life. In the same way, all the failures, all the mess ups happen in your life. It's also your decisions in your past. Demarcate all the decisions which you decided life negative against life, against you, and against your consciousness. That is the ultimate Swamiji, Paramashiva himself. Complete with all the decisions, incompletions, and decide for the miracles, decide for success, decide for abundance. So, all of you, please share what all the incompletions you have completed and what all decisions, the miraculous decisions you have decided you want to happen in your life. So, all of you can. Ma Sukra Indrananda is telling Acharya, I feel very blissful and relaxed in this in session. Nice, ma. It is you have decided for life. You have decided to create miracles in your life. Bliss and being at ease is the scale, is the signboard for your completion. You are in the right track. So continue to complete with all the decisions, life negative decisions you made, and completely sincerely do this session. And you can also help others by sharing your incompletions and how you completed in the Zoom chat, and others will also be benefited by your space. The space you are carrying now is going to help all the participants here. That is why Swamiji is continuously insisting on the ecosystem, the communion, and the lifestyle. That is very important. So, all of you, please share your experience and understanding about this powerful cognizance and how you completed with all your life negative decisions and the incompletions about you and the life. Please, all of you, sincerely do this exercise. If you sincerely involve and do this exercise, once you experience the blissful state of wealth consciousness, the secret of creating wealth, you will become one more person, one more causer to make others' reality became true. So you became a situation to create one more ecosystem, one more Kailasa around you. So please, all of you, sincerely do this exercise and share in the Zoom chat. So all of you, please do this exercise sincerely, because next we are going to have the direct revelations from Swamiji himself about the powerful cognition that you are the source, you are the light, you are the light that is projected to the through the projector, and decisions you made in your life is going to become a reality. So to understand this powerful cognition, to imbibe this powerful cognition, Samji is going to enlighten us on this powerful cognition that we are the source. So please, all of you, sincerely finish this exercise, and once you complete with all your SDHT and you realize that the decisions you made is the reason for all this happenings around you, only then you will experience the wealth consciousness, the abundance, the that you are the source, that you can create whatever you want. Okay, so all of you, we now can move on to the Jnana videos that Swamiji himself is revealing the powerful cognition about you are the source.
In the Aghori tradition is the path of science of enlightenment. They work with the human fevers. They say there is 64 kind of a fever which is responsible for our physical and mental imbalances. All your physical disease and mental disease is just because of these 64 fevers. Your anger will be a kind of a fever radiating around you. If you are carrying so much of negative thoughts like a vengeance, violence, you will be radiating a kind of a fever around you. For every kind of a thought trend, you will radiate a kind of a fever. If you are carrying too much of violence and anger, even the objects which you touch will become poisonous. Understand? I was surprised when I studied that science, when I studied the Aghori tradition. Then I understood human beings carry so much of vengeance because mind needs dissatisfaction and vengeance and violence as a root. If you are having mind, be very clear, you carry such big load of vengeance, such big load of dissatisfaction, such big load of the negative fire, fever. That is why wherever you put your feet, you radiate poison. Grass dies. In Zen Buddhist tradition, in front of your cottage, if the grass is dead, if you have created a walkway by your walking, you will not receive sannyas. They won't give you sannyas. This is a method of training. In front of your cottage, there will be a big lawn. You are supposed to use the same route, but if the grass dies, you will not be given sannyas. Means, still unconsciously you have not dropped the violence. It's a very subtle but powerful science. Only when I studied, I understood how the mind lives on dissatisfaction. Paramahamsas, enlightened beings, does not leave footprint. Anybody who does not leave footprint, who is not heavy on the planet Earth, is called Paramahamsa. Even not only his lifestyle, even his very way in which he carries his being will be so light, radiating so much of lightness, innocence, radiating so much of the carefreeness or the joy. Of course, no other word. That is what, that kind of beings are only called Paramahamsas. In our time shaft, there is no gap. Constantly things are getting written. I think overwritten. Overwritten. Our mind, how much it feels dissatisfaction, that much it does not feel satisfaction. You can see when you feel the hunger, at first you will feel in the navel center. After a few minutes, you will feel all over the body. Then it will become irritation, shouting at everybody, and your whole body will be burning, literally. But you don't feel the same satisfaction after you dump the food. You may be filled but not fulfilled. We may be filling but not feeling fulfilled. Same way, thirst. Before drinking water, we feel so much of thirst. But after that, we just take it for granted. After eating or drinking, the satisfaction which we feel, we do not cherish, we do not experience, we do not live it, we take it for granted. Any joy you can see in your life, you take it for granted. You start asking, what next? There is a beautiful stotra by Shankara. Tatakim, tatakim, tatakim. What next, what next, what next? Your mind is alive only by asking what next, What next? What next? It can't relax here and now. When Shiva says, wherever satisfaction is found, in whatever act, actualize that, be in that moment. If you are finding satisfaction means you are relaxing into that present moment. You are resting into that present moment. You are entering into a space where you don't have boundary, you don't have heaviness, you are not creating footprint. Just be in that space. But our mind is such. Ramana Maharshi says beautifully. There is a beautiful one-liner from Ramana Maharshi. He says in Tamil, I'll give you the translation. Before achieving, even mustard seed will look like a mountain. After achieving, even a mountain will look like a mustard seed for the mind. Before you getting it, even a mustard seed, small thing, will look like a mountain. Without that, your life will not move. For example, a cell phone or a shoe, which you see when you go for window shopping. When you go for shopping, it's called window shopping, just seeing and walking. Particular kind of a cloth or some shoe or some cell phone. You just look at it. You have a thought. Why not have that? You say, no, later on. Let me save a little money and buy. You just walk. But the thought is in your mind. Your mind will now give all kinds of justifications why you should have that. If it is a shoe, it will tell, if I have that shoe, early morning 4:30 I can get up and go for a running, I will be more healthy. It will give all kinds of justifications, as if you will get that shoe and start running every day morning, as if your whole morning waking up and running is only in that shoes, and without that shoe you can't get up or you can't do any running with your old shoe. No, nothing. Your mind will create all kinds of scene. And with that cell phone you will really start doing lot of business and develop all your relationships. It will give all kinds of ideas. If I have that cell phone, I will be able to call every time. I can keep up with my business, or I can take care of all the relationships. Some idea. Same way with that cloth. I think that cloth will really look nice on me. I'll really feel more confident and courage. And it will give all kinds of ideas. And somehow finally, because your mind says so many times again and again, you may save little money and get that shoe. First few days, you will not even remove that shoe when you go to sleep. It will be there in your leg even when you fall asleep. It will be almost like a part, Karna's Kavacha Kundala. The Karna's Kavacha Kundala can't be removed from his body. It will be just like that, just always with you. After a few days, you will say, okay. Whenever you go for some parties or some time, you will wear. After a month, rarely, maybe some important thing. After 3 months, it will be lying near that small corner room which is always under that staircase. Nobody will be there even to clean or polish it. It will be lying there. You can see your mind. Just go to your garage and see all over how many things are lying, and before buying, what all words your mind said, and how your mind was showing all these things are really necessary for your life. Especially when you read that Sky Mall magazine, the flight, it gives you such a feeling that without that product you can't take next step in your life. And it gives you such a fantastic feeling with that photograph and everything. Almost your mind says you can't live the next day without that product. Order now. And it's like hypnotizing, especially these TV ads in US I saw. Call now, call now, call now. And almost that way in which it is presented, your mind will say you can't take the next step. You can't live your life without that product. Or there is something really missing without that product. Go around and see your garage. See your, not only garage, just go around and see the whole house. Go and stand near every object, everything in your house, and just have a small write-up, 2-line write-up. What you felt before that became part of your life. First with your house, with your car, with your wife, with your relationships, with your every product. Just see what was the comment or what was the thought before that became part of your life. And what is the thought now? You will understand your life or your mind records only dissatisfactions. When Buddha says life is suffering, he does not mean that true life is suffering. No. He himself was not suffering, radiating joy and bliss. How can he say life is suffering? What you think or what you record life as is suffering. In your mind, what all you record as life is suffering. That is what he means. There is a beautiful saying in the Upanishad. Once you become enlightened, your future and past both can be changed. I was actually confused when I read. See, future can be changed, but I can agree because it is open. How can past be changed? Because past has already happened. Only when I myself had experience, I understood the past as you think is not the original past which happened. What you think as your past is not the whole complete record. What you think as your biography is only selected, edited version. It is not the whole as it happened. So only when you become enlightened, you will experience the true past. You will see everything happened. As on now, what you remember as past now is not your past. Maybe a little confusing. What is this? It is true. In your life, if you had 100 incidents, dissatisfaction or suffering, at least 101 incident with satisfaction and joy has happened. That is why you are still alive. See, the prana flow can happen in you only if more number of joyful incidents are recorded in your unconscious, in your inner space. Still you being alive is the solid proof that your unconscious has not really lost the hope about life. Means at least 1% is more joy is recorded in your inner space. Intellectually, consciously you may not remember, but in the inner space the recording of the joy or satisfaction is 1% more than the dissatisfaction. That is why still you have hope and still you are breathing. Otherwise you would have decided, enough, I breathed, enough, I lived, bas, let's pack up. Now really, still you being alive is the solid proof that 1% more joy is there inside recording. You may not remember it. You may not remember your past as it happened. Only when you become enlightened, you will realize the whole past as it happened. That is what the rishis say. When you become enlightened, your future and past both will change. You will realize your true past. So many wonderful things have happened. Many times again and again you come back to that present moment. Satisfaction, joy or restfulness, but you don't feel comfortable with that state. Every day, at least few times you experience the state of Paramahamsa, state of Shiva consciousness, but you feel uneasy with it. You feel uneasy with it. You don't feel homely with it. You don't feel that is your state. Your natural state has become unnatural for you. That is why you say, no, this is, I think this looks too much. It's okay. Before even you consciously relaxing into it, you jump out of it. Raman Maharshi says beautifully, whenever you want something, some outer object, like want to enjoy a sweet or some joy, your mind is running towards that object. The moment you put that object into your mouth, or that object comes in contact with your senses, immediately the running stops, you come back to the present moment. You falling back to the present moment only radiates joy and satisfaction. Then you start thinking that joy is coming from that object. No. If the joy is coming from that sweet, then after 10 sweets, the joy should be more. But it is not. See the logic. As you believe, if the joy is from that sweet, after 10 sweets, the more number of sweets, joy should be more. But it is not. Why? It is not from that sweet. It is because your mind falls back to yourself. He gives a beautiful example. A dog which got a dry bone is biting the dry bone. Somehow the dry bone started poking into its own gums and blood started flowing. The dog is just enjoying that blood and thinking that blood is coming from that bone. How the dog is mistaking the blood from his own mouth is the blood from the bone and enjoying it. Same way, you also, when you experience the sense pleasures, when you live those sense pleasures, the joy which comes out of your own self, you attribute it to that object. If the dog starts thinking that blood is coming from that bone, it will just bite the bone more strongly. Same way, you catch that sense object more strongly. But suddenly you will see emptiness after 10 sweets. No more joy, because your mind is now accustomed to the sweet. Even when you put the sweet in your tongue, it is not ready to rest. It is asking what next? What next? What next? It is not relaxing, resting into that satisfaction. Now you play the next role. Oh, there is no joy in the sense object. One side of your mind is saying, there is no joy. The same joy is not there in that sweet. But your inner mind is telling, no, you are doing wrong. I think try once more, try little more, we may get little more joy. Because you are not ready to believe that there is no joy in the object, because that is the only thing you have in your hand. If in that also there is no hope, means what will happen? You become hopeless. That is too much. So you try to hold on. So you try to add rasa, juice to the object from your own being and try to enjoy. You are not ready to believe that there is no joy from the sense, from the object. The joy is from your inner space because you are relaxing, resting. Mahadeva says beautifully, wherever satisfaction is found, in whatever act, actualize this. In Zen, they have something called tea ceremony. It's nothing, just they will prepare tea and drink. But that is given so much of spiritual significance, you will be surprised. All the monks will sit around and that they will be just sitting and listening to the sound of tea boiling. That water sound, glug, 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 glug. And that beautiful smell of the steam. And just with a deep meditative mood. And when they pour the tea, just that sound which is created with a full awareness and your deep thirst for the tea or that feeling to sip the tea, just be with that. And beautifully when you sip the tea, the whole tea traveling inside your system, and that satisfaction it is creating inside your system, and that beautiful restfulness and that relaxation or satisfaction which comes because you got what you want. The whole mood, the whole thing, just a cup of tea can lead you to enlightenment. Understand? Just that satisfaction, if you can live intensely, there is a beautiful truth behind this whole tea ceremony. Let me explain the truth, then you will understand the Mahadeva or Shiva's technique. In your inner space, two things will get recorded, two samskaras will get engraved. Samskara means the engraved memory which is to make you go through the same action. If you are addicted to coffee, morning 7 o'clock, once you hear the bell 7, inside coffee, addiction can be defined. Understand this definition. Without that object, you will feel deep dissatisfaction. With that, you won't feel much satisfaction. Is addiction. Understand, this is the definition of addiction. With anything, without that object, you will feel deeply dissatisfied. If you can't smoke, at that point, you can't stand, like you will feel so restless. You will walk here, you will walk there, you will go to bathroom, you will walk here, you will walk there, and you will be shouting at everybody, you will be kicking the shoes, you will be kicking this, you will be doing all sorts of things like Tom and Jerry. But once you smoke, the joy will not be too much. You will take it for granted. Okay, next. That is what is called addiction. The powerful engraved memory which can make you go through the same action again and again without giving you the satisfaction is called samskara. Samskara and mantra both are opposite to each other. The words are the memory which stays in you and makes you more and more dull and addictive is samskara. The words are memories which stays in you and liberates you more and more from your bondages is called mantra. The words which stays in you and liberates you is mantra, which stays in you and binds you is samskara. That's all. Understand? When you are caught with these samskaras, when you don't feel the satisfaction of what you will more samskara and less experience. Let me repeat once more. Inside your inner space, two things will be recorded. For example, the memory of drinking tea and the joy or intense satisfaction during drinking tea. This the joy, if it is recorded, you won't need the same act of drinking tea again and again. If this experience or the joy or quality of satisfaction is not deeply recorded in you, you need this act to be done again and again. If there is a quality of experience in you, the quantity of act is not needed. Quantity of act is needed means the quality of experience is not deeply recorded in you. That is why Mahadeva says, Shiva says in another one technique, anything with your conscious full awareness will liberate you. Understand? It means if you smoke intensely, only once from smoking. If you smoke consciously, intensely, even once, you will be liberated. You will not be bound. Because anything you do it completely, create footprint, leave samskara in inner space. Karma means unfulfilled action. Powerful enough to go through the same action again and again to make you feel. If you do any action, whether it is seeing something, learning something, or tasting something, or smelling something, or something, anything with full conscious awareness, even once, without drifting into the past or future during that act. Usually, when you are drinking, your mind will be doing everything else except enjoying the tea. When you can see in your life, when you put the brush morning to brush your teeth, your mind is already in the office, sitting and calculating and thinking what to do. That is why when in the shower you are talking to your boss, sometimes even verbally you talk. When you are in the shower, you are talking what to do. And when you are sitting in the office, in the evening to sea beach or in the temple, or thinking about the vacation. When you are in the sea beach, already you are thinking when to go back to the home. When you are in the home, already you are thinking when to go to the office. One thing, if you are here, your mind is not here. That's all. That we are very clear. Anything you do, even once, without drifting into the past or the future, will liberate. Because you are embodied of fulfillment. You are Purna. There is a beautiful Upanishad sloka. Purnamata Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. From the and is added to the are removed from the whole remains as whole. Maths cannot help. Logic cannot help you to understand this. And now, recently, the Western mathematicians are agreeing 2 plus 2 is not 4. No, really. It is 4 plus something. Whenever you add two things, it is not just a logical equal thing which we were believing always. No. 2 plus 2 is not just 4, because the adding action that brings some result. 2 is not just adding, is an action. What about that result? Once you add 2 plus, see, when the 2 is separate, 2, and there is another one 2 separate 2, these two, when they are added, it is not just 4 plus the quality of adding. Now this 4 is ready to anything else. Now the 4 has got a quality or the idea or the mental added to anything. That is why 2 plus 2 is not just 4, it is something more. Because the 4 has now learnt how to expand itself. This just 2 do not know how to expand itself. This next 2 also do not know how to expand itself. Now together and became 4. Now they have an intellectual problem how to expand them. They are something more than 4. Know the technique how to adding more and more into them and how to assimilating or how to expand. Understand? That is why the regular logic, not a complete logic, the system of the Purnamata, system of the if you understand this one Upanishad mantra, the whole comes out of whole and goes back to whole. If you take whole out of the whole remains as a whole. Beauty, but very subtle truth. You need your full attention and awareness to digest this truth. But very understanding will transform you. You don't even need to meditate separately. You don't even need to meditate separately. The very understanding can transform you. Now, by your believe it or not, your conscious being, any action, if you do with that whole being without drifting into the past or the future, the whole, which is your, even if the action is done, you will remain as a whole. You will not be Purnamata Purnamitam. You will remain as a pure conscious being. But when you do some action, if you drift away in the past or the future, you will become part. You will not remain as a whole. Then samskaras are written on you. Then karma is created. You have action once more because being in that whole state when you did that action. Smoking, you are completely to that smoking. There was no other past. The then not enrich or creating a karma or the memory. You are liberated from that action. You will not be inspired or to do the same act again. If you are half off when you are doing naturally, because you have done only half, you have not achieved the full satisfaction, you will carry that remain, that You will carry that engraved memory which will inspire you to do the same act, to feel the fulfillment through that act. Solve. That is the meaning of Purnamata and Purnamitam Mudachyate Purnamadaya. If all your actions are whole, with a whole integrated being, you will reveal. Anybody who remains, whatever he does is holy. Understand? Paramahamsa are not classified or understood by their action. They are understood by their being. Paramahamsas are recognized not by their. That is when Shankara is defining Vivekachuta, he defines they are like Balaka, Bagula. They are like mad and killed. All these things put together and you can't define them. You can't define. And they say scale or restriction binds them, completely liberated. They just live. They just live. They breathe the beautiful air of freedom, liberation, Swadantratva. Free is not the right word for Swadantra. Especially in this country, free word is too, it has got too much meaning, a different meaning. Only one thing, whatever they do it whole, that's all. Because they are whole, no samskara or karma gets engraved in them. They are not bound by anything. They are just full, complete. Their inner space is full, overflowing with joy. Understand? Anything you do half, karma is created, because that memory will make you go through the same act again and again till you feel completed. Whether it is a seeing or listening or smelling or tasting or touching, if you are whole, you are liberated. That is what Shiva says here. Wherever satisfaction is found, in whatever act, it may be when you see some of your friend, or when you see some scene, or when you hear some music, or when you smell some smells, or when you taste some food, or when you have some pleasure by touch, anything it may be, or when you are sitting and thinking or remembering something, anything may be, the moment you feel something is giving you satisfaction, just sit with that, go into that feeling of satisfaction. As I was telling you, two things will be recorded in you. The memory of the object, the memory of that satisfaction, that experience. If you are drinking tea, the memory of the tea and joy which you experienced during drinking tea. If you fill your whole being with the joy or satisfaction, there is no space for the memory of the tea to get inscribed. So the quality of your enjoyment or quality of your experiencing, the quality to experience are in you. So any small object can bring the same ecstasy in you. For Paramahamsas, you don't need big things to make them joyful. Just a small flower is okay. They are so joyful. Nothing is required to make them joyful. They say Shiva is called Asudosha, means Sanskrit word Asudosha means easy. Is called Bolena, innocent. Does not need much, just one small bay leaf or little bit of rice or little bit of Ganges water. Necessary. He is, and he gives you whatever you ask. That's why he is Bolenath. Tram pushpam palam toyam. Just one flower or just a little bit of something. Nothing else is required. Asudosha, easily pleased. Simple guys. He doesn't need too many pleased. He's a very simple person. You can see Shiva. All useless things which is not used by society at all is around Rudraksha, which has no value. No economical value. It is just lying all over. Is abharanas, ornaments. Next, which nobody wants. Is his friends. And the place where he which nobody, that is the place where he lives. What is his cosmetics? The ash from the burial ground, which nobody will touch. And who are his friends and bhutas? And the bhutas, which nobody wants to even relate with. So he is happy with all those things. He does not need. He says, anything you think as useful, please you have it. Whatever the society thinks as useless, whatever is discarded, thrown away, he says, yes, I'll take care. That I'll enjoy. He's like a waste management guy. He doesn't bother about all useful things. That let people enjoy. I don't need. All those discarded, you are happy with it. He doesn't need too many things to Asudosha. Simple things are enough. Because his quality to is so beautiful, so sharp, he does not need quantity. Whenever the quality of enjoyment, the quality to feel is intensified in your system, the quantity or the need will disappear in you. If you need more quantity or sex or music, be very clear, your quality is less. Because your quality to enjoy is less, you are asking for more quantity. Here Shiva is saying, increase the quality to enjoy. Means, just for next 3 days, decide. Just next 3 days, nothing else. Decide, I will not accumulate more stuff into my hell. Or accumulate, understand. Accumulated hell means all negative things we have accumulated. Even if we don't have enough, we borrow from our spouse. And they are ready to supply. They have a lot. And they are waiting. And they have so much to supply. Just for 3 days, do not accumulate and connect and see all your dissatisfaction and suffering. Just 3 days. Decide, morning till night, whenever you find some satisfaction and you do really find at least hundreds of time in your day-to-day life. For example, you felt thirsty, just you put little water in your mouth. Just feel that satisfaction. You want to see your son or daughter or the person whom you love. You call them or you talk to them, you see them. The moment you see, just imbibe it. You are feeling hungry and you are putting the food into your mouth. Once you put the food, see how it travels. And the satisfaction. Just go into it And there are so many other acts where you find some satisfaction, some joy. Just go into it. Even the small acts, into it and close your eyes and sit for a few minutes. Enjoy that satisfaction. Slowly relax on the object. Just enjoy that feeling, the quality to enjoy. Next, decide that you will experience, go into the satisfaction wherever you find it. Whatever act, wherever you find, just cherish, be filled with it. Just let your being overflow. Let your whole mouth be filled with that amrita. Whenever joy and satisfaction, your mouth will be filled with that saliva. It's called amrit. Always experience only the poison, means saliva which comes for asking something. The saliva which comes in your mouth asking something is poison, which comes in your mouth by feeling fulfilled is amrita. Anytime the saliva is filling your mouth by some joy or experiencing something, overflowing, it's called amrita. Just enjoy that amrit, that joy, that satisfaction, and live it. Live intensely. Let your whole inner space be occupied by that joy, by that bliss, by that experience. Let there be no space for the engraved, for the karma to get recorded. Suddenly you will see you became an accumulated joy and bliss. You are no more accumulated hell. And this joy will stay with you by and by without even the object touching your sense. Need for the quantity will disappear. If you are qualitatively happy without quantity adding to your sense, you are bliss. You are liberated. You are in Nityananda. That's all. Just remember for these 3 days and try. It will just click. I always tell people, bracelet, this mala, to remind you all these things only. When you take that bracelet, remember for next 3 days, whenever I see this bracelet, I'll remember to be in Nityananda. If I'm wearing the mala, I'll remember to be with the satisfaction, with the quality instead of quantity. If you are reminded by all these things, only then they are spiritually useful for you. Otherwise, ornament to brag about. No, it should be spiritually useful, direct. That is the reason given all these things. Directly, it should remind you about the higher ideals or the lifestyle which you took. Understand? Yes. Remember this technique. Suddenly and open the new door. Let you all achieve through and technique bliss. Nityananda.
Yes. So we are the source. So, how many of you understood that we are the source? The space with which the Bolenatha, Paramashiva, functions. The space at which he sees the life. The space at which he functions. Paramashiva is a Bolenatha. He became satisfied. He satisfies with the small, small things, which is rejected and made useless by the society. He's okay with that. He feels okay. Okay. Samji says in a jovial way, like he's a waste management guy. So what does that mean? What what is the quality Samji is trying to make us understand from this powerful cognition? Being at ease, satisfied by every moment. Because the very nature, our very nature is satisfaction, contented completely. Because of our attachments, because of our wrong cognizance taught by the society, we think we need something more from outside. That is why we don't understand that we are the ultimate. We are the source. So Swamiji is telling about the few things, very simple things we do on day-to-day basis. For example, if you drink a coffee in a nice weather in the morning breeze, if you sit and drink a coffee, how satisfied you feel. Note down all the situations. Or if you are in a vacation with your loved ones in a beach or in a mountain, hilly regions, how easy, how soft, how satisfied you will be, how you will enjoy your life. Please note down all the incidents, all those things which you understood, which you felt as gave you satisfaction. Like simple things. Even if you felt thirsty and you drink a cup of water, you drink a water, at that moment you felt satisfied, contented. The thirst will disappear. That satisfaction, even those simple satisfactions, you can note down and remember from your past all the incidents where you felt satisfied. All those things note down. We are going to internalize the one more important cognizance. I'm seeing a lot of messages that Zheng Hu posted that I love money. I am grateful for money, grateful for the sense of security that money brings me. I am getting richer, grateful for money's unconditional love for me. Amazing, ma, amazing. You should understand that that money is not giving you security. Money is not bringing you satisfaction because you are satisfied and you are fulfilled. You are attracting the wealth, the attracting the money. You are in the right cognizance about wealth. So that is where you should understand. You are the ultimate creator. You are in the space of creation mode. That is why you are attracting money. It is not because of the money you are feeling secured or because the money you are becoming satisfied. So it is other way around. Anyway, it is nice and good, ma. You feeling grateful and fulfilled is amazing. It's amazing. The ultimate goal is all about that. Okay. Then Nitya Shulini Durga is sent a message that I just had a big break. I used to spend money, give it away. I always thought I had love and hide. Just now in internalizing, I see myself helping others, donating, even giving money to my father based on providing to myself. another that I am loving, that I am good person, a good daughter, not out of love and concern for the person. For the first time I saw that my hobbies were less and my gratitude was less. I learned that wealth is used to express love and gratitude, not justify myself. Very good. Ma, your understanding is correct that we think by giving, we feel we are a good person. No, it is not that. Actually, by giving, we are making the other person poor. We are not supporting his consciousness to explore inside him, to make him also Paramashiva as you. Instead, if we are giving him a powerful cognizance about wealth and making him to understand that he is ultimate, he is the source, and he is a Brahman by himself, he can create whatever he want, then you are giving the right wealth to the other person. So it is a very nice understanding, ma, that you understood that by giving you are not a good person. By your nature, you are a good person. By your nature, you are a gratitude person, and by your nature, you are a lovable person. The state of Paramashiva. Okay. Then saying you, I also saw last night my sense of worthiness for money. I am very easy to show money, but come to my account, I want to use it immediately. Otherwise, I feel uneasy and even out to invest. I will be afraid, but it in the account, I will use it. All them no, I will use it and no fear soon on. I am grateful for the money to nourish me, give me sense of security. Okay, I understood, ma. I understood. You are telling the way you feel like you want to spend the money immediately, you get it. Is it is not a security. You feel the thing important thing you have to understand from this cognition, this thought current is you don't want to hold. You don't want to hold. So by giving or spending, you feel satisfied, which means you are not insecure about money. So you have a powerful cognition that you can create whenever you want. That is also, it is a very good cognition, ma. It is against, it's a good understanding. So this is the powerful cognition. I'm very happy that all the participants are actively involving. See all this messages, all the comments you have put, it's not only going to help you, it is going to help other participants as well for waiting to reach Swamiji through you. So you should understand you are making reality others reality to come true. So it's amazing, ma. I'm very happy that all of you are sharing your experience in the chat. So once again, let us enter into the internalization exercise, what Swamiji has enlightened us in this in the previous video. So now all of you pen down, look in, look at your past in your life and pen down all the moments which gave you satisfaction. As I said, even it may be a drinking water or even a cup of coffee. At that moment, what all the contentment, the satisfaction you felt during all those moments, all of you please pen down. You remembering and cherishing all those moments, the quality you cherished when you are satisfied is going to take you close to the Paramashiva. It is one of the Ananda Kalyana Guna of Paramashiva, being satisfied about everything and anything. So all of you pen down all the incidents you felt satisfied in your past. At least 5 incidents. Please note down. Let us sincerely do this internalization exercise. All the exercise Swamiji has designed to make us live, radiate, and enjoy the space, state, and powers of Paramashiva. So don't hesitate, simply do what Swamiji is telling us, and you will see the miracles happening in our life. It may be too simple, but it is going to change your life itself. So, all of you, please sincerely do this exercise. So, all of you, yes, so all of you can share your understanding and experience during this exercise. What all things you noted down, what all things you cherished in your past that you felt you are satisfied, you felt you are contented, and you are very happy with whatever is going on in your life. You are very happy with the flow, and you are at your peak bliss. So all those moments, please, you can share, and it is going to help all the participants as well. And we can also help you to understand, give more understanding about this powerful cognition that Swamiji is trying to make us understand that we are the source. So all of you can share your experience, and I also got the message. It looks you that she's happy. She's showing her happiness that she is happy and grateful nowadays. That really it is amazing, ma. It is amazing that you are continuously in align with Swamiji's teaching. So sincerely attend the Paramashivam program, do the power manifestation session. I am seeing a child with you. Make her also do the power manifestation. Swamiji clearly said, I started manifesting the Paramashiva, the space of Paramashiva, before my system. I identified the I inside me. Before the ego called I and mine, before getting into my system, I understood the understood the consciousness, the Paramashiva inside me. That is why the entire teaching was so easy for me when Swamiji's Guru taught all the knowledge to him. It became so easy. So I request the small kid to do the power manifestation from now. Start doing the power manifestation now. So she'll start expressing their Paramashiva at this age itself before the ego gets into her system. So all of you can share your experience and the powerful cognitions you went through. So as I said, as Swamiji revealed in the video, that it is one of the Ananda Kalyana Guna of Paramashiva, of being satisfied with whatever we have, being contented with the flow of life, the quality of Bholenatha. The Paramashiva himself is the being who's at ease, who's at as a simple being living at the bliss always. So Swami is continuously making us understand our consciousness, our original state is always satisfied. Our original state is always contented. And Swami is always telling us to cherish those qualities so that we can be bliss always. We can express the state, space, and powers of Paramashiva always in our life. So, with this powerful cognition, we are going to be in the space of satisfaction and bliss throughout the day. For the next 3 days, you have to cherish all the satisfactory moments, blissful moments, the contented moments, the moments you spent with your loved ones. All those moments you remember and cherish all those moments and make it your memory of your muscle memory and bio memory, which is going to help you to express and manifest the state, space, and powers of Paramashiva. So, with this, we are coming to the conclusion of today's Paramashiva program, Paramashivoham program. So, let us conclude the session. If you have any doubt, you can share so that I can help you. You can share in the Zoom chat so that I can help all of you to imbibe and be in the states of bliss and satisfied state of bliss forever. Okay, so now with this smiling face, with this satisfied feeling, with this powerful cognition, all of us will come to the conclusion and we'll end this Paramashivam program with the Purna Mantra. So all of you sit straight with the spine, neck, and head in the straight line. Let us conclude the session with the Purna Mantra. All of you close your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Datshat Sarvam Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramasiva Bhagavarpanamastu Om Nityanandam. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for your participation. And I welcome all of you for tomorrow's wonderful yoga session. So start your yoga day with yoga, puja, and the powerful cognitions of Paramashivam program as usual. Thank you, Nityanandam.